I don't know if it is only me and I have started meeting a very different sort of people, but when I go back to 2015, 16, 17 and even 18, I used to meet many more people saying that Bitcoin is some form of a bubble or something that is just going to collapse and disappear one fine day. Nowadays, I find far fewer people taking that approach. I don't know if that is everybody's experience, but it is interesting to try to understand what causes such extreme belief about Bitcoin. Instead of trying to do a fair video of both sides, I will actually explore the more conservative thought which says that something like Bitcoin would probably never survive. Here is my understanding of that. If you look at the characteristics of Bitcoin, it has some characteristics which are similar to currency, which is what leads it to be called cryptocurrency. And it has some characteristics which are actually the opposite of currency. So to that extent, it could be an anti-currency. If you were to do a thorough analysis, it would only be fair to call Bitcoin its own asset class, which means it's neither a stock, nor is it foreign exchange, nor is it digital gold except in certain characteristics. So cryptocurrency is a new asset class. Bitcoin is a new asset class. Think about it. When was the last time you encountered a new asset class? Stocks have been around forever. Structured notes around debt have been around forever. We may call them a debenture, we may call them various things today. Derivative instruments such as futures, options, etc. are relatively new in the financial space, but they are more like instruments. They are not like asset classes in themselves. At least that's the way I view it. So the fact is that none of us has seen the emergence of a new asset class. As a result, several of us believe it cannot happen. But we do have asset classes, right? So for example, real estate is an asset class, precious metal is an asset class. Sure, it has been an asset class for thousands of years, literally. But do you want to be so closed-minded as to assume that there can never ever in the future again be a new asset class? I'm not saying you have to believe that cryptocurrency is that asset class, but can you at least be open-minded to believe that there could be a new asset class? And when that asset class emerges, initially the people who believe in it or want to invest in it or want to participate in that market is going to be a very negligible percentage of the entire human race, right? So today, any human being in any country believes that gold has value. The number of people or the proportion of human beings who have taken exposure into cryptocurrency probably is significantly less than 1% of all humans. But you've got to start from zero, right? You've got to start from zero. As a result, what we are seeing today in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, is it the first trickle of what will emerge to be a tsunami? Or is it the first trickle, or is it just a ripple in the water which will disappear? That is the view you have to take. The only request I would have is be open-minded. Things can change and it's pretty interesting. Everybody will say that this is the wave of tomorrow, and for decades it doesn't happen. The internet itself was that way. And suddenly there is one change that comes about, which for example in the case of the consumer internet was the emergence of the browser, the Netscape Navigator, eventually the Internet Explorer. It is this one change that comes and completely changes the paradigm in which we operate. When and if that happens with cryptocurrency, I think we could see a very different type of acceptance and proliferation.